boy Young Star 63, Fat Jack, the DJ. I need you to like, comment, follow, share, and get into this. This is another edition of the TFYS in studio series. Make some motherfucking noise in this bitch, man. Like I said, we back in the home studio. Bedroc as always. Shout out to Bedroc. You need some good studio, some good production, and now some even better content. We here at Bedroc. I'm sitting here with my guy, 33 AD. What's good with you, G's?
What's going on, everybody?
How you feeling today?
Everything good, man?
I'm good. It's glad to see you again. Thank you for coming back and chilling with us. I say coming back because we had technical difficulties the first time, just so y'all know. That's what we gonna call it. That's the story, and we sticking to it. But
not on mine.
Well, yeah. I was poisoned.
Poison?
And that's what poison. I'm sure you know the definition. Poison.
Yeah.
It happened to me. Oh. And that's why your interview had to be redone.
I ain't feel no way about the interview. I thought the interview was fire.
Welcome to Two High Niggas Doing an Interview. This was the quietest setup that we have done so far.
I mean, you know what? I am so glad and gracious to know that just like I was able to recognize your talent, you were recognizing mine through the poison. But yeah, it was poison nonetheless. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Matter of fact, I shouldn't even have no more light skins on the podcast because it was a light skin that poisoned me. But we're gonna continue and we're gonna go. We're gonna go on. Who is 33 AD?
33 AD is pain, struggle, happiness. It's all types of different things, bro. Like 33 AD. You know what I mean? A lot of people hear the number and they think of all types of shit, like, you know, the death of Jesus Christ, his age, and all these different things. I'll be so real with you. The original idea came from my crib. Like, that was my apartment number. You know, and then I took my initials, my first and middle name, flipped them around. But the number always had a meaning in my life in certain ways, outside of just a crib. So it was just like, what can I? And then I had so many different names, and at this time I was looking for a name that was different. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And at this time everybody was doing something X or different syllables, like added syllables to their names to make them pop a little bit more. So I was just like, all right, 33 AD.
So it's more calculated. You know, a lot of people's stories seem to come from like organics or maybe like even on accident. This was very much so thought of. Yeah, presented.
It was definitely thought of.
Do you go into everything that you do for career wise, you know, calculated like that? Are you following the wave of some things, or is it like, no, you sit down and you want this to be interpreted and analyzed the way you did with your name?
I feel like it's both, because it's like I plan things out, and obviously, you know, you plan things out, but not everything always goes according to plan.
Nice.
But even in that aspect, you learn from what you go through. Okay. So it's like with the name, I even learned more reasons why the name was a great idea. So obviously, again, the number 33 is important not only in the realm of Christianity, but to the Masons, the number 33 is important. So it's just like, and I mean the black Masons, not the, you know, the Masons that niggas be scared of. But anyway, like,
the things that you are hearing on this podcast and words that come out of the mouth of 33 AD is out of him and him alone. I have enough ops. Don't do anymore.
But in real life, like, that number is just very big in the way the world works.
So. Absolutely. So, take us back to that moment. What is the initial inspiration? When did you know that this was the path 33 AD was going to be an artist?
Damn. I feel like I was really young. I would say 5. I sang my first solo. I was like 5, 6 years old. And I just seen the way my voice was able to move people. That's why I say pain and struggle. Because it's like, you can hear, a lot of people say they can hear pain in my voice. You feel me? And rightfully so. I done been through some shit. But in all actuality, it's like me being that young and being able to move people like that, I kind of always figured I'd have some type of, you know what I mean? Some type of career in music, whether it be singing, dancing, rapping, or some shit. But singing, yeah, it took form as I got older and I started seeing things and realizing, yeah, I can make
I
this
mean, I
happen.
feel you. It's like, moving people as a singer is not really one of those things that can be developed. It's like you kind of got it or you don't.
Yeah.
Like on some KC and JoJo shit,
Yeah.
it's like either it's there, it's like an anointing.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's either there or it's not. I mean, not to say other people can't sing, but it's like there's singers and then there's like singers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like you lead on the second, the latter.
Yeah.
And where did that development come? You mentioned some development after that as you got older. Where would you say your craft was honed?
I would say after church, you know what I mean, like, you know,
I was mad black after church. Like church is always the
after no
church is such the foundation that it was
for
like,
a lot of singers.
That's when we know, nigga, you sang in church. That's what singers do.
You feel
so like
me? So
they said after church.
But
like,
the reason why I say that is because not necessarily turn my back away from the church. Of course, I'm spiritual. I still believe in God. You know, I do all those things. But I felt like I wanted to take my voice to a level now. Like, how do I bring it here to where I can have it out to the masses? Because as much as I listen to gospel, I listen to R&B, I listen to rap, I listen to rock and roll, I listen to all these things. So it was just about taking it and pushing it and to making it my own way and my own style. Because like I said, once I knew how to move people with my voice, actually singing publicly and singing in front of people, it was like, all right, how do I take it, put it on wax? So when like I said, after church, I started recording, you know what I mean? Like old shit, doing Audacity, like started recording myself with my guys, and yeah, just at that point we was like, nah, we want to be artists, and then I was locked in ever since.
Got it. So who was the initial inspirations? Like, who were you listening to at those times, like during the development, and when you realized that this is what you wanted to do?
I feel like when I was younger, like around that same time, my mother used to listen to a lot of soulful artists. Like, she loved Mary. I think my introduction to music was "I'm Going Down" by Mary J. Blige. Like, so that's why when I say pain and like learning how to sing that way and having that.
I was just about to say,
I've
been through some shit.
Yeah,
that's the first song that you hear blasting. It's like, what the fuck?
And so I'm like, mind you, now that I'm older, I'm like, what the fuck was my mother going through?
Yeah,
like, she needed to play that. But it's stuff like that, you know what I mean? Then you got Michael, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like, I learned how to train my voice through Michael. You know what I mean? As far as how to sing, how to breathe in certain ways, and of course other artists after that. But Michael and Mary J. I used to think Mary J. and Janet was the same person.
That's crazy.
For a minute, like I used to think Mary J.
Was
and
it
Janet.
because of the repetition that you were hearing it at home? Like, what made you make that?
I think,
like, you feel me? That
music video wise, I felt like they wore the same thing in certain videos, and like at a
just
certain
different
point in
time
time.
period.
Yeah, and then I probably was like a little kid. Oh, that's the same person. So
That's fair enough.
yeah, you feel me? But obviously,
That is fair enough.
I got wiser. You know what I mean?
Same person, different era, different font.
Yeah, but we talking about Janet in the '90s, like Control. You feel me? Like we like.
Well, that ain't the '90s.
Well,
See,
I'm
you
sorry.
cut
I'm
me
sorry.
off. Like,
I'm sorry.
You talking about like that's the way love goes, Janet?
Yeah.
Or are we talking about after that? Or are we talking about like?
But all right, I know why I say Control.
Look at that. Are we talking?
Because if you say Control, right? If you look at Control and you look at the way the video was shot, black and white, you know what I mean? Those vibes, and then you look at Real Love and the concept.
Yeah.
It's easy to like I said,
Absolutely.
as a kid,
Absolutely.
it's easy to
That's
like
an easy thing,
because like I said, the way they filmed videos back then was just, you feel me? Like
Absolutely.
insert artist type shit.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, but that type of music, bro, pain, like all types of shit. Darnell Jones, as I got older, you know what I'm saying? Like Music Soul Child.
Yeah, that nigga's feelings was hurt. Now when you get older, you realize Donald Jones' feelings, whoever it was, y'all hurt that boy.
Yeah.
Right.
But when I knew,
Avant too, hurt nigga. Hurt nigga. Who did y'all like? What was y'all doing to these?
Jaheim was a little, you know what I mean? He had his issues.
I don't know. I feel like Jaheim wasn't necessarily talking to women when he was singing.
You don't think so?
Yeah, nah, Jaheim was a hood dude from Newark. I ain't even trying to like front on him or nothing like that. I feel like Jaheim was talking to his plug. Real talk, nigga. You can have anything I got. Nigga, like, that nigga was talking to the plug.
You think you should have put his plug first?
All of me right on the spot. Nigga, like, I'm telling you. That was the plug telling that nigga, no, nigga, I need the cash.
Yeah.
Say, nah, nigga. Anything I own, work my fingers down to the bone. Plug. Nah. I'm telling you, that nigga was singing to his plug, bro. Nigga, why you think he had to make his belt love to his bitch one last time? Just in case I don't make it home tonight.
Yo, you just woke up a whole generation with that.
Nigga, like, I'm telling you, Jaheim was singing to the drugs, bro.
That's probably why he didn't remember to put his girl first.
That nigga.
Because he was on the drugs.
If it wasn't for that, yeah, nigga, if it wasn't for, you should have put that woman, you're absolutely right, nigga. I got you. It was because of the drugs, bro. Now, granted, let's not front on that. The cocaine has made quite a hit. So, like, I'm not fronting on him. But I just don't think it was about a chick. And with that being said, who you singing about?
I draw from all different experiences and all different walks of life when it comes to what I sing about. Like I said, you know, I know how to sing about loss. You know what I mean? Whether it be death, you lost somebody you loved. You know what I mean? And I got records where I sing about being in love and being in love with somebody. Shout out to Wifey, by the way. You feel me? But yeah, like it's all different types of records. Like I'm one of them old school artists that really write what he feel. You feel me? So it's like, who knows? Whatever day whatever I'm feeling, that's what you're gonna get, pretty much.
You said one of them old school artists that writes what he feels. Give me an example of that, so people know what you're like really talking about. Give me 3 examples of that. Did you feel somebody who was writing what they really feel?
It doesn't matter what time and place. I mean, like, you know, whatever.
Does not matter. No, I'm talking about who's 33 AD's 3. These ones was doing it, so this is why I do it this way, because of that.
I think I said this in the last interview too. I said Tory Lanez. You feel me? And not like overall artistry, right? I said Tory Lanez because of the simple fact that like
he's fronted on. The boy talented. He's fronted
on, and a lot of people like. Despite what they say with the copying and the whatever sometimes he does, bro, like, you gotta be very talented to be able to mimic people.
That's a fact.
In sound and in cadence, you gotta be very talented, bro. Like Ray Charles did that. You feel me? Like, Ray Charles was known for mimicking people before he found his sound. And he's probably one of the greatest, which led into my next influence. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me that man read somebody lyrics. Like, you can't tell me he read somebody. They had time to write lyrics in Braille. You feel me? Like, gangster, like, dang.
Yo, that might be the realest one yet. Ray Charles definitely was singing what he felt.
He could have. Like, you feel me? Like, it's the right time. Like, bro, different. And in a time where, bro, how you know what time? But you know, rest in peace to the GOAT. But you didn't even know what
shit is crazy.
You didn't even know who wrist you was touching. But that
was some gangster shit though. The touching the wrist, that was smooth.
You feel me? But I have my own questions. I wish I could ask him if he was alive. But
I'm stuck on that shit. You got me thinking about the Dr. Dre clip now. Like, yo, why Stevie Wonder got a clock on the wall?
That nigga be calling any time of day.
Said Stevie Wonder call you 4 in the morning and you be like, yo, Stevie, you know it's... I guess he really don't know it's 4 in the morning.
He don't know. But I'm sure he got Stevie. I mean, not Stevie. I'm sure he got Alexa or something like that.
I about Stevie Wonder, yo.
What time is it? You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he can ask somebody around him what time it is.
I feel like he's one of them old school... Because, like, all right, I had to deal with some of the cats from, like, the 90s and the early 2000s coming in this DJ thing. And if they are half of what the cats in the 80s was, I could not imagine what Barry Gordy and Stevie Wonder and these cats was doing with each other. Like, I just couldn't imagine. So I get what you're saying. Like, I'm pretty sure Stevie Wonder is like, what you mean he not gonna pick up Stevie Wonder's phone call? Like, I don't care what time it is. He's fucking his wife. Tell the bitch to wait.
That's like for
It's like
just imagine because remember Quincy and Ray were close.
Absolutely.
So imagine.
That's one of my idols. I don't think people understand.
Also,
Quincy Jones ain't no joke.
Also a goat. But yeah, like Tory, you got Ray. I say another influence. It's a cross up between Jay and Fifth. Like because of how different both of their pens were. Like Jay could sit in the studio, hear a beat, get up, say what he gotta say. However many takes, maybe one or two, probably no more than two, and it's over. 50 constructs a whole record.
Yeah, word.
From top to bottom. Like, he'll write a hook.
He writes a rap song like an R&B record.
Exactly.
He writes a hook, he writes a bridge, he writes a pre-chorus sometimes.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I always rock with them as far as how they create songs, because 50 had a catchy hook, and Jay always had good verses.
Absolutely.
And Jay was the type to be like, yo, I'm just gonna have the beat play, and the shit gonna say my name 100 times, and then I'm gonna rap 16. It was simple for him. You know what I mean? And vice versa for 50. I'm gonna sing on the hooks. I'm gonna take Ja Rule stick, and I'm going to make it better.
Damn, make it better? That was strong.
Nah, he made it better.
That was strong.
I'll take Candy Shop over a lot of records, bro.
That was strong. We can't. Don't get me wrong. I feel like
without Ashanti, what Ja Rule record can you say sticks?
Holla. That was my shit. I'm sorry. Like, that was my. Holla. Don't get me wrong. And
That's a solo record or a feature?
Solo record.
Oh, okay.
And don't get me wrong. I am absolutely more inclined to the G-Unit era. Like my age, the person that I was, what I was listening to, the lifestyle I was living. 50, you're right, 50 was it for me, but I'm not going to sit here and act like I wasn't bumping Ja. I think what kept me from being a true Ja fan was the fact that I actually was related to X. So when Earl came through and said, fuck Ja, I was like, all right. Like we couldn't answer that shit.
And you know that shit.
Like, he's not talking to me in the studio. Like, I'm on like fucking Woodworth and Yonkers, and he's nigga. It's fuck Ja. All right, cool.
No, I already know.
Like you feel me?
I already know the vibes in
right.
there. I already know the vibes.
And then I went on to work with Ja. It's not fuck Ja. Shout out to Ja. Ja's a good dude, really nice person. Like, but come on, that was my shit.
I love Ja too, and like I said, he had a lot of timeless records. But it's like that's the first. Well, in my generation, that's the first time we seen a rapper that high. And how do I say this? That's the first time. That was basically Kendrick and Drake before Kendrick and Drake.
Agreed.
So it's like you had literally a guy who was dominating charts, pop, had a little bit of R&B and hip hop, and then you had this one dude.
It was the first time we seen someone literally snatch the crown. Like, yeah, no, in the middle of the full steam, like give it.
And then I'm gonna take it and run with it.
No other comparison. You don't feel that way? No other?
Well, I mean, Big and Pac they were both at the heights, like at big heights.
I feel you. I don't feel like one of them snatched it from the other.
Yeah, like, and then beef-wise, like, I don't think there's anything to these caliber. Of course, you got a lot of beefs in the industry, but as far as that caliber to compare it to a Kendrick and Drake,
I feel like
John and 50
I feel like on the Humble and the original snatch the crown moment was Jay and Nas.
Nah.
He literally said it.
You know why?
What's your name out? Extra name out. Roll Jiggle on top.
You know
Drop
why?
albums not stop when your nigga. Like he kind of.
Jay still went number one after that. He still was Jay after that.
I didn't say not. I didn't say. Well, he lost the rap, but I'm talking about.
But he was
Right.
still
Never mind.
Jay after that. You feel me? Like Ja Rule has not been the same since.
You're right.
Drake may not be the same.
I think I might
since
have,
last year. Like
I think I might have referenced that wrong in the timing. Nas won that battle. I'm talking about
We know who won the
relevance of Jay-Z. I think I was referring to the fact that Jay-Z, it was Nasty Nas City until it was Rockefeller Town. You feel me? Like, so that's why I'm like I think that's the inference I was trying to make. Like, I think we kind of did see that moment where it was like, Nah, Jay kind of did that. Like, give me that. Nah, matter of fact, I'm gonna take that out. I'm not gonna say that because I'm forgetting about Bad Boy. Jay had to wait.
I was about to say, yeah.
Jay had to wait till Big died.
Yeah,
right.
and then
he had to wait his turn a little bit on that.
Then you had Mace.
He had to not gonna front on Mace.
You had that's what I'm saying. So it was a lot going. Then you had Junior Mafia. So it was a lot of
people don't understand how nice was. Mace didn't get because of the way his career went.
Right.
Mace was nice.
And then because Nas was doing his thing, but he was in his own
about
corner,
mixtape Nas.
Yeah.
I meant mixtape Mace. Murder Mace was different. It was different. But back to the R&B thing, because you a singer, bro. So who your top 3 right now? And then I got one that's really gonna stir.
I'm gonna be honest, right? I'm gonna start with 3. And it's funny that I'm doing this, but it's for a reason. At number 3, we have myself. I love my own shit. That's just what it is. Like, I love my own shit. That's a great answer. Like, I actually hate that. Not even because of the process. Like, I like how it sounds sonically when it comes to being, you know what I mean? When it comes to the speakers, like, but. That's a short.
You would listen to you.
Yeah, I would.
I get it.
But
I don't think a lot of artists could say that today.
And that's the problem. That's the problem.
Now, but making TikTok music, what the fuck? Like, I felt that when she said that shit.
Yeah, bro. And it be, yeah. But number 2 and 1. Number 2 is Leon Thomas.
Nah, I'm glad you brought his name up. That nigga's nice.
That boy is different, and then he
been nice. Like, that's crazy. He
been nice. You feel me? Like, and mind you, if you grew up around between the years of like 2007 to 2011, you already knew who Leon Thomas was. If you was watching Nickelodeon, you feel me? You saw that kid on Victorious, like, yo, that nigga Dre is talented. That nigga played every instrument on the show, bro.
Yeah, he did. Every single one, and in real life. Played every instrument on the show, and in real life. And was writing some of those records on the show in real life.
You feel me? There's a big top for one. And I'm sorry because I can't pick a solid number 1. But of course you got Breezy, right? He's Breezy. Like, he's been my, like, after Michael, Breezy was like my next influence, like, when it came to entertainment and being good at what you do. Like,
I'm gonna just go out and say it. Same nigga, different font. Like, there's just no other comparison.
Well, I mean, Chris Brown could do like 10 black flips in like a single setting.
And I'm pretty sure if Michael Jackson grew up in the era in which he needed to do backflips, he'd be doing it. He seems like that type of person. Like, every time Michael Jackson had to elevate, he elevated.
He did.
Like, you feel me? Like, I don't deny the fact that if Michael Jackson had Chris Brown's knees at the same age right now, he wouldn't be doing backflips.
Like, it's almost like the LeBron and Jordan conversation, right? Chris Brown has been, he's had that ability way longer. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like physical peak, like I said, he's 30 plus doing backflips.
The reason why I don't think that,
and spins
I get what you're saying.
Arm, like, he's literally jumping over his arm on stage. Like,
I get what you're saying.
At 30 plus,
but I don't think that's fair. The reason why I do not think that's fair is because I see Chris Brown is able to do that because he saw the elevation that Michael left it at.
Oh yeah, of course.
I feel like being the person that Michael was, if it was flipped and Chris left it at that level and Michael had to take over, he would be doing that.
It's the crawl before you can walk.
Yeah, he did exactly what he had to. I feel like for that time period, Michael gave us the equivalent of the 10 backflips on stage. And the 10, like, you feel me? Yeah. Like, I feel like it was very much so the equivalent of that for 30 years prior. Mind you, you cannot take away the time variance for Michael Jackson.
No. You can't.
Michael Jackson was at his peak.
He dominated the whole decade.
You can add LeBron and Chris Brown's careers. They ain't longer than Michael's. That man was on stage performing live for 60 plus years.
Yeah, if you include
50 plus years.
If you include his childhood, if you include his childhood, yeah.
And let's not act like you ever seen a Jackson 5 show?
I mean, I wasn't alive to see it.
Bro, go YouTube a Jackson 5 show.
Oh no, I've watched the Jackson 5 show.
I'm saying,
yeah, Mike.
And not them TV appearances either. Go see them niggas live at the Garden. When Michael, 12 years old, humping in the crowd. like
I'm
these
gonna-
niggas is giving it up, bro.
So with you saying that, right?
They was giving it up for years, bro.
Imagine, right? You 12 years old, 13 years old, whatever, however age you were in 2005, 2004.
Yeah.
And you see some light-skinned kid with baggy-ass clothes
Yeah.
doing backflips while singing.
I'm not even gonna front you, bro. I'm from New York. He looked like every other nigga I knew. We were
That's
getting
because
light
he
on the
spent-
corner.
Because you know he spent.
He's
3
in Harlem
years.
like this. That's
You
why,
feel
like,
me?
he looked like
You feel me?
But that's what I meant, like the game was elevated. By then. Like,
Because you had Usher in between.
yeah,
You
those
feel me?
people we
You had
missed.
people in between. You had JT in
Bobby
between.
Brown did his thing. Usher came and took it from Bobby Brown. Cause we not gonna. I don't care what y'all say. Bobby Brown had a 5-year run as the king of R&B. Period.
So we're not gonna talk about
Who?
R. Kelly and nothing like that.
Different level.
I just wanted to make sure.
Different
I
whole
just wanted to make sure.
entire different conversation.
I just wanted to make sure because
Let's say the front runners. All right, let's go with the front runners of who's winning at the time. You had like a Michael. Let's say we start at Michael.
okay, we start with Michael.
Who won after Michael? And what year did that stop? I want to have this conversation.
Well,
with
if you want to be honest, right? Michael dominated the whole '80s.
yes,
Him and Prince dominated the whole '80s.
Glad you brought that up. Boom. So after him and Prince,
In the '90s,
who's the top performer of the R&B pop rock?
Bobby comes in the early '90s with the New Jack Swing, of course.
I would say late. I would even say as early as late '80s. I would go immediate transition out of New Edition into the early.
Okay. And then
It was Bobby until who else?
mid '90s. That's when you bring in R. Kelly to the 2000s. You have to, whether he danced or not, you have to. Late '90s, 2000s. That's R. You can't do nothing but put an R there, bro. You can't.
How do we not take Usher? How do we not put Usher into this mix?
And no, and Usher was there. Usher was there because in 2002, 2003,
I feel like
that Confessions era.
I feel like our.
But then Chris Brown came in.
I feel like this is. I feel like no. I feel like I can give you a strong argument for splitting between R and Usher. As the performer, we're talking about who are the top R&B performers of that time.
Yeah.
I feel like you got to put Usher over Usher over R. Kelly. R. Kelly was absolutely
Kelly
the
had the
king
streets.
of R&B.
Kelly had the street.
Let's be very clear.
And hip hop.
I will argue this. R. Kelly is the undisputed king of R&B. I will absolutely argue that shit. That's why I don't like bringing him into the conversation as far as who was the top performer at the time. Because even at the time when we're saying Usher, arguing Usher might have been the bigger performer. R. Kelly might have had more hits in the year between what he wrote and between what he put out.
So when you say performer, you mean dancing and singing?
I mean, yes.
Okay.
I mean the superstar of R&B. You feel me? Like there's the fandom of R&B.
That was R. Kelly.
I feel
If
like
you're talking about superstar.
I feel like girls were chasing Usher's tour bus more than R. Kelly's at a certain point in this time.
I'll say girls was chasing Usher, women was chasing R. Kelly.
I feel like R. Kelly was chasing them.
R. Kelly was chasing the girls.
Disclaimer. We're not gonna say and act like what he did in that time period was okay, but I don't think he had to chase anybody.
I agree with you on that, but that's not the point I was trying to make. That's not the point.
I don't think he had to chase
Totally different
anybody.
Conversation, but that's absolutely
You feel
right.
me? But
I agree with you like this because I am the father of a daughter, and I
Right.
promise you this:
Yeah.
if you're telling me my daughter is up there and she's not allowed to come outside, R. Kelly would not be calling the police on. I would not be
course
calling
not.
the police on R. Kelly.
Of course not.
R. Kelly would be calling the police.
of course
on
not. But that's another
So like,
whole
I
nother
totally
conversation.
get that. But I'm just saying, like, maybe it was. I feel like R. Kelly's bigger influences weren't his songs. He had the slaps. And I feel like R. Kelly was the headliner. But I feel like for every headlining tour that you saw R. Kelly on in the 90s, you saw Usher do one that was twice as long, bro. That tour, that 87-01 tour after My Way, Usher was the fucking undisputed king, bro. There wasn't no R&B nigga selling out like Usher at that point until Chris.
Around that time, R. Kelly dropped Chocolate Factory, right?
Yeah, I do. And he had to go on
And
tour
that was the biggest R&B
with
album of the year.
Jay.
No.
It was
that
on
was
the-
no.
he
That
did
was
not- he-
before
there was
Best
no-
of Both Worlds.
there was
Chocolate
no-
Factory
but
came
there-
out before that.
But there was no Chocolate Factory tour. Is what I'm trying to say.
didn't
That
need it.
R&B.
You think he needed a Chocolate Factory tour? When you got niggas stepping?
I'm arguing fandom.
But you got niggas stepping.
I'm arguing fandom.
I don't need a tour when I got everybody stepping.
But I'm literally arguing. You're right. He did have.
I got everyone stepping.
I'm talking.
They
pure
gonna play
fandom.
me anywhere. It don't even matter at this point.
But I'm talking pure fandom.
And then to bring in then you brought in Jay, right? That had never been done before.
I totally get that.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta look at it like when you say superstardom, you gotta think about what R. Kelly did. He made R&B acceptable for hip hop niggas. For where hip hop niggas can fuck around and be like, yo, this my shit. Street niggas can be like, that's my shit.
I feel like there was a bunch of there was R&B cats doing that before that.
Like R. Kelly, bro.
I don't feel like they were doing it.
Did you ever think that you would be this paid?
I feel like they were.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
You got Biggie on records with this before Jay. You got Biggie on records with you.
Okay, you're right. You're right. Once again, I'm not trying to front on R. Kelly. That's not what I'm trying to go.
No, I know you're
right
not. I know you're
like,
not.
at all.
I know. We're talking about performance.
I'm just talking about performance-wise. When we talking about the girls outside the arena for 2 days, waiting for the ticket. Usher, like he was one of them people. Like I feel like when you saw that fandemonium, Usher had that over R. Kelly at the time. Like Usher had girls sitting outside for tickets for 3 and 4 days, calling the radio station 8, 9 times. Cutting the magazine, you can't tell me more girls had a picture of Usher on their wall than R. Kelly.
I mean, probably.
Like,
Probably.
you, like
When it came
that's
when it
what
comes
I
to
mean.
the look,
Like,
and
you
stuff
feel
like
me?
that,
The
yeah,
fandemonium of it. By the time Usher did that little show his draw shit in the Make Me Wanna video, it was Usher City. It was it. Y'all, the girls saw his boxes and they did not give a fuck about that bald head muscle nigga no more. Let's keep it real. Like you said, R. Kelly went from performing for girls to women when Usher showed the world his boxes.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Like, so...
But again, that's from, what, 8701?
Nah.
Confessions?
That was my way. That was my way. By the time we're at Confessions, there's no argument.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about when there's
Like,
no
by
argument.
the time it's at Confession, it's absolutely undisputed.
Hear what I'm talking about when there's no argument. This comes back to the second person in the tie, right? The second artist is Friday. Hands down.
Yeah.
Friday.
Friday got it.
Friday in general. And that's exactly what I'm talking about with Pain. And how you can translate your artistry into that. You feel me? Like bro, he took praise and worship and made it mainstream.
And made it R&B. Yeah, he did do that.
We haven't seen that since
Ray Charles. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
So
I think he's the perfect example of using your instrument properly.
Exactly. Whether it be background vocals.
Like, you feel me? He very much so has studied his instrument.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he knows how to move it. What's the number one?
Oh yeah, that was it. The tie. It was a tie between them two right now.
You're absolutely right.
Because there's certain Friday songs I can't play without crying, bro. Period. At grown men, in my 30s, there's certain songs I can't play without like one tear. And I'm talking about, I done listened to it 5 times already. It's just, like I said, it's about moving people. It's like, how can I touch your spirit in ways that R&B singers can't? And I feel like he's mastered that. For him to only have 2 albums, I gotta give it to him.
So what you got going on now? You feel me? What you got that's out now? What you got coming up? What the people should be looking for? Tell us about it.
We just dropped project. We Are Next. Shout out to the guys over there at Rough Rider. Yeah, man, we got a couple people on that. Shout out to my boy HG Locks, Vil God. You know what I mean? Shout out to Q Urkel putting it all together. Yeah, few records I done dropped. Like, I've been putting out a lot of records. You know what I'm saying? A little bit lately. We got some joint we just put out called Far Away. Tequila, we put that out in January. Growth, we put that out you know what I mean? Just starting a run. I'm trying to drop something every month.
I mean, volume is the answer right now.
Yeah.
So you get it buzzing. Volume is definitely the answer.
Yeah, for sure.
So I ain't mad at that. Is there anything special, though, that we should be looking out for? Like, what do you see yourself coming up with within the near future? Like, what's the exclusive that TFYS in studio is getting ready to be left with? I need to know that.
what I've realized as an artist is the less you say, the more people want what you actually have to offer.
What he just said was, fuck your show. I'm not telling you nothing. That's exactly what the fuck I just
Not even, bro. It's just more so. It's like it's a lot of things.
About letting light skins on the show.
No, it's just that. No. I believe in manifestation. So if I've been told by parents, guardians, teachers, even my own girlfriend who's in attendance, stop talking so much. You block your blessings.
Yeah.
So, not saying that I don't got records coming, obviously. You feel me? But it's just the less I talk, the more everybody's gonna appreciate it when it drops.
Shout out to you for that. Where can the people find you though? Drop your socials, let them know.
Listen, y'all can find me on Instagram at 33_Anthony Daquan, same as the TikTok. Apple Music. Well, I was about to talk about MySpace. Apple Music. You can find
doing this a long time.
Yo, bro, you can find me on Apple Music, 33AD, Spotify, 33AD, YouTube, 33AD, or 33AD Topic. You know how that shit goes.
What is your MySpace? I still got mine.
I can't find it. That's why it's funny, even funny how I was about to mention
hold
it.
you down for the camera. You should have just went with it, bro.
Bro, no, MySpace.
I don't know about MySpace.
I don't even know. Like, imagine MySpace gets lit again out of nowhere, but, bro.
Yo, MySpace, holla at us, because I got the sauce. We can do
Tom,
that
what's
shit,
up?
Bro.
You need a feature artist, Tom?
Yo, where's Tom?
What's up?
Where is Tom?
I don't know. Somewhere in a white t-shirt chilling.
Tom, on God, I promise you, if you want to punch Mark in the face, we'll slide with you. Real talk, bro.
Because he technically stole your shit.
Your whole fucking flow. AD said it, though, not me.
Your whole fucking flow, Tom.
Yeah.
And you was my mans. You was my mans, bro. You was the first nigga I met.
Oh, fucking flow.
First nigga I met on the shit. Like, you right there, just looking at me.
That's a whole fact. But yeah, it's the TFYS in studio series. My man 33AD came through and busted this shit. Now you gonna stick around and perform for us, bro? Sure. That's what's up, my guy. We gonna get a lit, like I said. TFYS in studio series. We out this bitch.
Lotto. She drink the Blanco, I'm calling it Resposado. I'm super litty, I ain't coming home tomorrow. Told my nigga give me some condoms to borrow. That pussy so first class. No Jack Harlow. I'm a Leo.